I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I first got on YouTube, I thought it was so simple. Buy a good camera, get a great mic, get a tripod, and all of a sudden, I was a YouTube guru. But I was way off. I made 200 videos so far, and it's been less than a year. If I was to get on YouTube today, I would do these things first. I'm gonna break it down to you on this video. I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's jump in. Yo, so I already got the notes set up. You already know I want to keep everything organized. I got a few tips here, and the first things first, it's all about strategy. I'm gonna tell y'all, you don't have to figure this out right away, but in your mind, you gotta say, you know what? Who's gonna be my target audience? Who's gonna be watching? Who am I gonna cater my content to? You know, building my channel theme, doing my little banner and my page, taking a clear and concise picture of myself so people could see me. Those are the first things I would do. I would focus on getting like your profile set up, getting your banner set up, you know, thinking about your actual name. Cause sometimes once you make a channel, you got to remember this is a business, right? You're creating, let's say Storm Incorporated. You want to be able to put stuff on shirts, jackets, hoodies, cups. You want to maybe even open up a storefront one day. You want to think about those groundwork things so that way you can be marketable to brands and things like that. You want to think long term. Like, let's say, for instance, Nike was to reach out to you and say, hey, Storm, we want to do a collab. I mean, please, Nike collab. If they would have come to me, my banner, my brand is all set up. You want to also put your email. Let's say create an email just for YouTube. Let's say, for instance, brands wanted to reach out to you and connect with you. You want to be able to be reached. They can't find you, right? If you're creating the content and they want to reach out to you, there's no DM feature on YouTube. So let them be able to reach out to you and connect with you in some shape or form. I would just set up everything. Make sure everything is clear, concise. There's no spelling errors, things like that. That'll be the first thing I would do if I jumped on YouTube today. You want to be able to be found, right? And they want to be able to see your face. All right, but let's move on to the second one. All right. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is very simple. It's just kind of figuring out what kind of content you want to make. Like, for instance, I like tech. I like motivating people. I want to inspire people. In the beginning, when I started my channel, I had a fear of public speaking. My goal was to empower myself to talk to the camera, but also empower somebody else to do the same thing. Because I know what it's like, you know, talking to somebody. And the public speaking is hard. Public speaking is seriously hard. Every time I talk to somebody that I've never met, just like you guys, I have this little bit of a fear in the pit of my stomach. But however, since I've practiced it so much over the past year, I'm even smiling right now because I know how hard it was for me to create my first video. And if you want, right after this video, check out my first video. I was so nervous. I was cursing. I was doing all of these things. But now that I'm so far ahead, I've gotten so much better. And being a new YouTuber, it's just like being in the gym. You're gonna do a bench press. You've never done one before. It's hard. And over time, the more reps that you get in, the more practice, it becomes more easier. You'll get that strength. You'll get that camera presence. You'll get the idea to come up with different thumbnails and different titles and all these things. All those things will come to you, but you need to get more reps and figure out why. What's your why? What's your hill? Why are you doing this? If you can explain that to yourself, then you'll be able to convey that to your audience. All right, let's move on to the next one. We in the third one. Listen, if you're getting value out of this video, drop a like on the video. I appreciate you. You're a real one. Subscribe if you're generous. Let's move on to the next one. All right, content planning. All right, now I'm very unique because I just do my videos on the fly. And every now and again, I'll do an edited video. But sometimes if you have an idea in your head, I always pull out my phone and put it in my notes. I'm telling you, the phone is such a great tool. You can organize it. You could save it, whatever device, even pen and paper. Just write down your ideas in a moment. If you just did a video and you saw something that inspired you, maybe on TV and you're passing or something that will work for you, jot it down, put it in your notes, save it for later. It's so important. Like figuring out different thumbnail ideas is hard. So if you're sitting here and you're like, take a moment, put a timer on your phone, write down like 20 ideas, and then kind of go through process of elimination of seeing which one won't work, which one will work, which one will align with your brand. What has been successful in the videos you made in the past? If you do those things, it'll allow you to kind of build up ideas for later on, and then you can have a bunch of videos laid out for the next 5 videos. And sometimes it's good to come up with things on the fly, but don't put all this pressure on yourself trying to figure out what you're going to do next, because all that nervousness, that energy, from my experience at least, will come off like, I can't even talk to the camera. Organizing, planning, strategic strategy will work and help you out so much. It's worked for me. I mean, I've tried, and it's going to be trial and error. Not everything's going to work, but as soon as you come up with another idea, you'll just dust yourself off, say, forget about that old one and move on to the next. All right, let's move on to the next one and the last one. I'm not going to lie. This one, I say this in a lot of videos. I say this in a lot of comments. And I'm not gonna lie, it's okay to take a break. There's gonna be times where you're gonna be tired. There's gonna be frustration. There's gonna be, you're gonna have writer's block, if you will, and you're not gonna wanna make a video. But consistency, I'm not gonna lie, I've learned this. Consistency, trust me, if you don't make the video, no one's gonna find you. I know it's hard. It's not easy talking to a camera. It's not easy being an editor. It's not easy being a director. It's not easy. This is you're a one man or one woman show. It's not easy finding all of these things. I know, but consistency. If you have a struggle with coming up with videos, why don't you make that a video? If you have trouble talking to the camera, why don't you make that a video? You're so good at something. Everyone has a skill set. They're an expert at something. Talk about those things. Be consistent. Talk about the positive. Talk about the negative. Talk about someone cut you off in traffic. You had a bad day at work. Talk about that. People want to hear your story. And we all have similar experiences. We could all align, and you could create a sense of community around that. And speaking of community, listen, if anybody in your videos comments, you need to answer those comments. Be available. Give advice. Be open to recommending something that you experienced. Let's say they ask you about your camera. Talk about your positives and your negatives in those cameras. There's so many ideas. I know I'm rambling now, but listen, YouTube is hard. It doesn't have to be. I've been doing this for about a year now, and if I started today, these are the things, the groundwork. There's tons of other things, but this is the platform, the baseline, if you will, for what I would do. Listen, if you got value out of this video, I appreciate you. You're a real one. Drop a like on the video, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.